I'm GamakaShri, Chief Trainer and Coach for Mind Designs International. Today let's talk about how do you do a Reiki treatment. So Reiki treatment is done in two ways. You may be in front of the person where you can do a hands-on Reiki treatment, or you can be far away from that person and then you will be doing a distant Reiki treatment. We'll talk about both of them, and also we'll talk about how do you make use of symbols when you're doing a hands-on treatment or a distant treatment. In the hands-on treatments, there are 5 steps. In the distant treatment, in the standard model, there are 4 steps. In the advanced form, if you have certain abilities, there are 5 steps. So in this case, we will be talking about only 4-step process as the standard form. So let's start off with the 5-step standard hands-on treatment process. So steps are Gasho, Reijiho, Biosen, Reiki Treatment, Chiro, Grounding and Protection. So the Gasho is a meditation handed down from our lineage, Reiki teachers, and you would have learned it in your class. If you have studied with me, you also might have learned the modified Gasho, specially created Gasho meditation to center you faster. Intention of Gasho meditation is to help you break free from whatever that is going on in your life up to that point. So you may have been in a conversation, you might have been engaged in some other activity, maybe you were in an argument, but then when you're getting to a Reiki treatment, you need to center yourself so that you can do a good treatment, you can pay attention to energy. So we do Gasho meditation. Can you do a different meditation? Yes, so far as it centers you, you can do a different meditation. And in our class, if you learned with us, we would teach the standard Gasho meditation that is handed down from our lineage, and also the modified Gasho meditation that we have created to help you center faster. Is Gasho meditation mandatory? No, Gasho meditation is not mandatory. If you are already centered, or if you are somebody who has quick access to centered mental state, if you have meditated for a long time, and if you can center your mind without sitting down into meditation or going into special meditative actions, you don't have to do this. And if you have special spiritual levels like enlightenment levels, if you are a naturally calm person, Gasho is not necessary for you. So Gasho is a highly recommended but not a mandatory step. If you are starting off your career, if you are a beginner practitioner, please do Gasho. So that's first step, Gasho. The second step is Reijiho, or invocation of Reiki. So your teachers would have given you a statement that you can make use to connect with Reiki energy to perform a healing. If you can't remember this statement, refer to your manuals or connect with your Reiki teachers to find that. It might come with a body movement, like in our case, most of the time, a body movement like this, looking up, raising your hands and invoking that statement. There are other ways to do it. You don't have to raise your hands, you don't have to look up, you just can recite in your head. You can say it out loud if you like, or you can recite in your head. You can also make use of the first symbol. If you are a degree 2 practitioner, you can draw the first symbol, or you can say the mantra Chakure, or you can see the first symbol in your head. You can say I'm invoking power symbol. So you can make use of the symbol invocation part. So I'll do another video on how to make use of symbols, what are symbols and how to make use of those symbols. So Gasho is optional and highly recommended. Reijiho is mandatory. Either you need to invoke with your statement, or you can invoke with the first symbol, the symbol that is relevant to the Chakra mantra. So the third step is Biosen, where you get a gauge of the energetic body and potential blockage areas of the recipient. So what you do is you make use of the chakras in your mini chakra in your palms and the micro chakras in your fingertips, and you would take the hands and move them in the aura of the person closer to the body, and taking a gauge on what sort of energetic signatures you sense. And this is also the reason we would recommend our students to do the treatments on the aura to yourself and others, so that you would master these sensations. Mastery of the sensations that you have in your palm and the fingers is very important for you to do a good Reiki treatment. So check the whole body, from the front, from the side, from the back. So you can have the person standing while you are doing the scanning. That is the most ideal situation. Or they can be seated if they have some difficulty. If they have a lot of difficulty, they have lied down. So you might not be able to scan some of the areas. So ideally you need to be able to scan the whole body. So you can scan the hands, you can scan the arm, sides of the arms, the chest, back of the chest, the lower belly, the legs, the feet, the whole body, and take a gauge of what are the different sensations you have in each part of your body. So that would indicate where you need to start the treatment from. So I would usually recommend from going from top of your head to tip of your toe and coming back. Scanning it both ways helps us identify if any areas we have missed, and also identify where the highest intensity blockages are. And when we do the treatment, we start off from the highest intensity blockage. The Biosense step is highly recommended, but it is not mandatory, because sometimes some of the Reiki practitioners knows where the blockage is. When a person walks in, or when they do the Reiki, they get this knowledge coming into them about the client and about their energetic blockages, so they would know. So you do the Reiki, and then you can immediately go to the treatment process if you already received guidance from Reiki to do the treatment. So when it comes to treatment, there are 3 ways to do the treatment. So as I said, if Reiki already brought you information about the blockages, you can start doing the treatment that way. If not, the Biosen would indicate to you highest priority blockages, you can start treating them. And third way, if Reiki did not bring you any information and Biosen does not indicate any highest priority areas, you can go through the standard hand positions. So when I say doing a treatment, what do I mean? So when we do a scanning, I usually move my hand. I don't keep my hand or palms in the body. I just move my hand, just checking the energetic signature. I'm just checking what's up. That's all. I'm not performing a treatment. But when I'm doing a treatment, say I found a lot of energetic blockage in the side of my head, then I would keep my hand in that region, and what I do is I pay attention to the energetic signatures that I feel in my palm. And when the intensity goes down, and when I have the sensation of this being normal signature, this not being intense signature, I move on to the next place. So maybe my next signature was in my throat, so I would have my hands kept on my throat. So this is Biosen based and also Reiki based Reiki treatment. You take the hand to the place that was indicated to have energetic blockage. You keep it there till the energetic signature becomes normal. So something you can do starting off is to know an area of their body that does not have any energetic situation going on, like no blockages, no pain. So say it's front of my palm, hand, and then you can get a gauge of how energy feels there. And then when you do the treatment, when you get to this sensation of normal sensation, you can stop the treatment and you can move on to the next place. So the third way of standard hand positions, if you don't have any specific blockages to talk about, if Biosen is not indicating to you about any specific energetic blockage of the client, you would go through the standard hand position. So you would have a list of standard hand positions in your handbook. So you provide Reiki by keeping your palm in each position 2 to 3 minutes. You just keep it there for 2 to 3 minutes. You are not really worried about the sensation change in your palm. You would have the sensations. There will be energy going in. So this improves the well-being of the person, and it would help them reduce some of the emotional stresses that exist in their field right now. So this is beneficial even if there's no specific blockage in their body right now. It is quite beneficial for them. So if a person who doesn't have energetic blockage would still want to receive Reiki, please give it to them, because it does improve their well-being. And when you have done Reiki treatment and when you rescan the body, when you feel all energetic blockages are released, or if you at a set timeline, so I would usually say do the Reiki treatment for 30 to 45 minutes, maybe maximum 1 hour. So if you reach the time limit, or if you scan the body and realize that all the energetic blockages have become normal now, you can stop the treatment. After the treatment, the 5th step is doing grounding and protection. So how you do grounding is you put your feet on the floor, like it can be in the ground itself, like the earth itself, or if you're in a room, if you're a multi-storied building, floor of where you are, and then close your eyes and imagine you're connecting with Mother Earth as if you are a tree, the roots going out from your body and connecting very well with Earth. So that is grounding. So how long you'll have to do that? So usually 1 to 3 minutes is quite enough. And then finally, you can do a protection. There are many ways. You can have an energetic sphere around you, or we usually imagine a blue color pyramid. So I'm used to drawing this because this is how my teacher did it, GamakaShri Mata. So this is how she did it. So she drew a pyramid like this and imagine that pyramid around you. And also you can imagine that pyramid around your client. What this does is it blocks the negative energetic impact on you temporarily. So these energetic structures are not permanent. They are not like attunement. Attunement is permanent, but symbols and other energetic structures are temporary. So they perform the function for a certain time frame. So it's a question nobody has asked me so far. So I usually ask that question and then I answer it myself. The question is, why are we not doing the protection up front? Why are we not doing the protection before starting the Reiki treatment? The reason for that is Reiki. When you do the Reiki, 3 things happen. I'm not going to explain what all 3 things are, but one of them is Reiki start protecting you. So during the treatment, you and your client is protected if you have done Reiki, and that's why Reiki is mandatory. So what about Distant Reiki? So in Distant Reiki, you have 4 steps. In Distant Reiki, you do Gasho, so which is, as I said, is highly recommended, but it is not mandatory. And then you would do Reiki. You will not do Byosen. And then you will do the treatment, and how you do the treatment is you will make use of the Reiki symbol for Distant Reiki. So you will imagine that. You will raise your hands, you will pay attention to how the sensations in your palm, and you make the intention to send Reiki to the recipient, and you'll send Reiki till you have the sensations in your palm, and when the sensations would go away, you stop the Reiki treatment, and then you'll do the grounding and protection. Now you would notice Distant Reiki works faster than hands-on Reiki. For any situation, you would notice Distant Reiki is faster than hands-on Reiki. There are explanations to why it is, but this is not the video for that. Are there people who can do Distant Byosen? Yes, but it's not part of standard Reiki, so we will not talk about it here, but it is a possibility. There are people who can do Distant Byosen. There are ways to develop your ability to do Distant Byosen, which is not Reiki. So in the standard Reiki process, Distant Reiki treatment has only 4 steps. And hands-on Reiki treatment process has 5 steps. So where does symbols fits in? When you're doing hands-on treatment and at a certain place, if Reiki indicates to you, if a thought comes to your mind, I need to make use of a Reiki symbol. It could be the first symbol that is relevant to Chakra, or the second symbol that is relevant to Seiheki. You can make use of that. If you are guided and if you are specially indicated to make use of 3rd symbol that is relevant to Honsa says Shonen, you can make use of that also, but that is usually quite rare. You would be using the first symbol a lot, second symbol much less, and third symbol quite rarely. It is the same case with the distant Reiki. So if you are doing the distant Reiki, if you have your hands and if you're paying attention to the sensations in your palms, you would get a thought in your mind, I need to send this particular symbol, and then you would send that symbol to the client. So that's all I have for you about Reiki treatment process, hands-on and distant, and making use of Reiki symbols. So in the next video, I would probably talk about Reiki symbols, and then there's a lot about what sort of things you can do with Reiki I need to cover. So I will be creating a bunch of other videos. So intention of this video is to help Reiki professionals become proficient in Reiki faster, whether you're one of my students or not. If you want to learn Reiki distantly or in person, connect with me. If you want to receive Reiki treatments or any other energy treatments, we do quite a large spectrum of energetic treatments. Please connect with me. Let's have a chat and see how I can help you to overcome your current situation or create a new situation for you. Take care of yourself. Jai Shri.